Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to SketchUp Live today. Hey, it is Friday, September 12th, and it is time for SketchUp Live. So it's Friday, it's SketchUp Live Day. I'm happy for you to be here. I'm happy for me to be here. And my name is Matt, and I'm happy for your lovely host and modeler today, Aaron, to be here. How are you doing today, Aaron?
Well, now that I know I'm lovely, I'm doing great. And
Every
I
day
just
you're
want to be the
lovely.
first one to say welcome back, Matt. I don't know if you guys noticed, but he's here, so that's cool.
I am in
Yeah,
the flesh.
that's right.
So yeah,
A
I'm
little more
back.
sleep deprived maybe than he was last time he was here, but yeah, Matt was out caring for a new kid, so we give him a lot of grace on that. But he's
Yeah.
here now,
Give me
back
grace
to
for the bags under my eyes.
his first baby, SketchUp Live, which predates both of his sons.
That's true. Yeah, this show is definitely older than both my kids. And so yeah, I'm happy to be back in the saddle and firing away on all cylinders on some live modeling today. So I'm psyched.
Yeah, this is gonna be good. I don't really have anything to point out except, next week we're gonna mix things up a little bit. We're gonna have a guest modeler in, uh, and it's somebody you may know. So I'm gonna tease it right now, okay? Because I know I can't. We're not gonna tease it forever. We're gonna post who it is next week. But right now, I feel like I can tease. So somebody from the past is gonna be coming in and modeling. So it'll be a fun one. Make sure to join us next Friday. I'll be gone, but we'll have a guest in. The rest of the team will be here, so it's going to be a good time. Come check
Yeah.
it out.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. Guest modeler in SketchUp Live. Are you kidding me? I don't know if this
It's
has happened. Has this happened before?
no, because you guys have asked about this, and previously up till now, because the way we streamed, you kind of always had to have streaming everything set up on your computer to stream. But since we use this new platform, Restream, we're opening it up and be able to get guests in. So it's something you guys have, our viewers have asked for guest streamers for a long time, and we've just never had the setup to be able to do it. But we're going to leverage this new platform and yeah, try somebody out who's not officially in part of our office or part of our team and have them stream. It's going to be fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's exciting. And if you guys like it, for sure, let us know, and then we can see who else we can rope in, who else we can lasso to get in front of the camera and get their screen shared with some good SketchUp knowledge and stuff. So,
You know what my favorite part of having a guest modeler is, Matt?
what's that?
Is when they get done and they go, "Wow, that's a lot harder than you make it look." And I always go, "No,
Yeah,
I'm
it's a
just kidding."
side
It is.
compliment to you.
It's
Yeah,
of course getting a chance to see like other ways of doing stuff because you got a lot of you guys know this. There's so many different ways to use SketchUp and everybody comes up with different like workflows and systems and that kind of thing. So it's always fun to watch someone else and just see like, oh, I would have done it that way. That's cool. I learn stuff from watching other people model all the time. So I love it and I'm excited. I won't be able to see it, but I'm excited to watch the recording. So it'll be good.
yeah. People are talking about the soundboard. I have no soundboard today, but if you are asking for it, if you're asking if I have it means you want me to have it, then that can be arranged. So maybe not with as many annoying sound effects as we'd have in the past, in previous streams, but some sound effects, some all timers, safe, maybe being
Save.
um, we could get that back. So yeah, let me know if
Yeah,
that's something you would like to introduce back into the stream.
I do feel like I model better when I know there's some applause coming. You know,
Right. Very
like
Pavlovian.
here comes. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much.
Excuse
Um,
me.
yeah, we were talking about bringing back a couple sounds. Like maybe it won't be overwhelming, but maybe we'll have one or two. But
Oh boy, excuse me. There's a cough sound effect for you.
all right. You want me to? I'll introduce the model. Okay, so we're gonna do a building called the Marina Bay Sands, which is in Singapore, I believe. And if you haven't seen this before, it's a trip, man. It is a unique looking building. So We're going to hop into SketchUp. I'll pull up a couple pictures and you'll see exactly why we talked about doing this maybe a year or two ago, and I said I didn't want to. So,
Ooh, speaking of
here we
teases,
go.
that's a good tease. But yeah, maybe that just means you've evolved so much as a modeler that you're like, oh, this will be a piece of cake.
Yeah, that's what it is. Nothing to do with peer pressure. All right. So this is the building. It's, I mean, I once went to a very fancy sushi restaurant, and I swear this is what they served the platter for the table on.
That's the special. Yeah, serves 10 to 12.
So this building is, I don't know, dozens of feet tall just in these three pillars. And then it has this big, like almost a promenade kind of thing across the top in this unusual shape. And the buildings don't look too wacky from this view, but let me drop in another picture. And you can kind of see that these three pillars are the same on one side, and then the other side kind of flares out a little bit more each one. So it's actually got a shape like this. The other thing, it's kind of hard to tell from this picture. You can maybe tell a little bit more from the third picture I got, that this whole thing, this whole getup, turns along with this shape right here. So these three buildings aren't even in a straight line. They kind of go around a curve like that. So yeah, this is not a conventional, let's model the Big Ben or haunted house or something. We're talking about some very unique shapes that we're going to have to play with here. So this is not even kind of an option for something like Match Photo, primarily because of what I said. There's no straight lines on it, right? And it looks like the tops of the buildings actually are straight, but I don't know, even if I had a good photo with good vanishing points and I could actually get X or my red and green axis on the top of one building, it wouldn't help me for all the others anyhow. So I don't really even know that there's an advantage to trying to do that. So I think we're just going to hop in and start winging this thing. We're just going to get some geometry in there and see what happens.
I love it. That's the way.
Yeah. I think this is going to be more of a sculpting session than anything else. So here's my thoughts. Oh, I did check beforehand because, like I said, I try not to actually do the modeling. I like to walk through my process of design and what tools I would think of using, that kind of thing. I try to do that with you guys so you can kind of get an insight into how I think about doing this stuff. I did go on and look at add location to see if I had a good reference, like top down, but because this is a tall building, the reference image in add location actually is kind of at a 3/4 kind of view, and it doesn't, so you don't look straight down on it either. So yeah, it's going to be cool. It's going to be something.
Yeah. Well, you'll bring it to life, from these three photos.
That's right. We can do something with this.
Yeah.
All right. With that, let's hop in here and start modeling. So as I look at this, I see this side appears, these towers look like they're the same, each one of these three on this side. And then this side flares out. This one looks like maybe that's almost mirrored. I don't know, a little bit different. And then these ones get wider and wider. You can see the space here, very close, a little bit bigger, even bigger. So I think what I would start with is 3 copies of a single component here, then create one of these pieces, maybe this one, and then kind of distort it to bring it out wider and wider. So I think that would be the step I would take to create my 3 towers. Mm-hmm. Then separate from that, I'll come in here and create this thing, and then we'll just try to start lining 3 pieces up and then detail out from there. That's kind of my thought. Has anybody in their chat ever been to this building? Has anybody seen this in the real world? I'm just very interested.
Yeah, I'd be interested to hear too. I think this is part of like a bigger campus too, and you can kind of see the other buildings over here. Like I think this is maybe like some kind of, I don't know what it is. I was gonna guess.
There's all this stuff down here.
Yeah, it looks like maybe shopping or something, but and then there's some like big garden that's right behind it, I think too. But But yeah, an interesting place. There's a lot of buildings in Singapore that, like you say, don't really look like buildings,
Mm-hmm.
or like yeah, they're not your traditional structures that you might
Right.
see elsewhere.
Yeah. As far as I can tell, again, I don't want to claim to know all about this building, but as far as I can tell, they do all connect to this. Like I said, I don't know. I called it a promenade or something like that, but this boardwalk. As far as I know, all the three towers do go up into it.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously the towers themselves are independent for most of their span, but they do kind of seem to get together here. So, um, yeah, I would assume, especially over here, that if there's an elevator, it's in this left side and not or lean back in the elevator as it goes up, or an inclinator like they have in the Luxor, where it goes at a angle.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool. Maybe it's in there. Who knows?
Ma-
Nobody
Mhm.
here has been in there, so you can't say for sure.
We can say it's there. We don't even need
You
a
can
reason.
model
We
it.
can we can just say whatever we want.
Yeah.
All right. So again, I'm gonna kind of start sculpting this till I feel like this is about right. I just made a pillar here, and as I look at this, it looks like this top is wider than the bottom, and it kind of has a little bit of a swoop here. If I was wondering if this is like distortion from the photo, but it looks like it does it here too. So
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a little bit of just a little bit of an angle there, not or a little bit of an arc, not a lot. So I'm going to pull this out a little bit more. I'm going to put a line. I'm having this issue where I'm losing focus and losing my snap sometimes. There we go. It goes up to there. I'll grab an arc, take that. It's really subtle.
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder like that.
Steven on LinkedIn says that he's had a drink on the deck and it's a hotel, as far as he knows.
That makes a lot of sense to me. All right, so that looks like about the right shape, but when I do that, it obviously needs to be taller. So I'm gonna grab the whole thing, scale it up this way to kind of stretch it out, make it a little bit wider. And then I'm gonna take the whole thing and just scale it down. It's easier to work with when I can see this. All right, I kind of like that. I think that feels like an appropriate, like a little teeniest bit wider than that, but I'm going to go with that for right now. So I'm going to grab that, make it a component. Call this Tower 1, because we'll end up taking this and copying it like that. All right. Now I got to think about how to do this other half, because I was thinking about a couple things. I was thinking at first that I could take this and use something like Fredo scale to maybe do some box rotation or kind of distort it, radial bending.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's just going to create messier geometry than I want. What I think I'm going to do instead is use this face as an inference and actually just draw these three arcs separately. I think that's going to make more sense. So here's how I'm going to do that. I'll grab this one. I'm just going to flip it like that. And again, we're working off of some limited information here, but it looks like this one maybe comes down and just has a little bit of a kick out here. So I'm going to take this and explode it. That way it's not a component anymore. And I'm going to do the same thing I did over there. I'm going to come to, I don't know, here and, oops, with an arc. About there, and I'm going to come out to like that. And then I'll grab that and I'll offset that from the top out till it hits this. I'll take that across like that. Take that down. Whoops, misclicked. Just extend that line all the way down. Get on my magenta. There we go.
Johnny 5, this building is called the Marina Bay Sands. It's in Singapore. And also we have a comment. What is this, a building for ants? Not to scale yet, but I assume
Sure.
later on
In fact,
there'll be some adjustments there.
quick homework assignment. If anybody wants to go find out exactly how tall this thing is, that's information we can use in the future.
Speaking of the future, Keggy from the past 5 minutes ago said 680 feet high.
Wow. It's almost like Haggie's been here before and knew that I would need that eventually. Oh, I'm so easy to read. All right.
And you also have a reminder to save from Kid Few.
Thank you, sir. Save this. Save.
We don't need the soundboard. I just need
That's
to
right. I got
click
that one
you,
down.
you know?
All right. So, okay, so there we go. So we got that one that comes out a little bit. Next one comes out a little more. Next one comes out a lot more. So I'm going to actually use the exact same one. So I'm going to grab that, make it a group. I don't really see a reason to make a component out of it. There's only one of them. So I'm just going to make it a group. This one right here, what I'm curious of, yeah, it looks like it starts curving about the same spot. So to emulate that same look, I'm going to go find that first point where it starts right there, grab an arc there, and we'll take it out. And if I do it on the, I'm looking for that magenta snap because magenta says that it's tangent to the line above. So that means it'll be a smooth transition from where it goes vertical to where it starts coming out if I click on, I'm sorry, teal, not magenta, teal. All right, and I'll grab that piece. And I'm going to grab this one too. And I'm going to offset that from here to here. And then whatever's above, I can get rid of. Whatever's below, I need to close up. You'll notice that when I offset, see how this one's up higher? If I pull this line straight out, it doesn't go to the same spot. That's because this line right here is 90 degrees to where I offset from. So I do have to come in here, and I'm just carrying that other piece down like that. That's good. All right, take that across again. Oh man, just flying through this model.
I know, man.
Whoops.
I wonder if it was this easy to build it too.
Probably. I mean, sandbaggers.
Just the, the other one swoops a little bit more, and then there's like a kind of a big, surfboard on the top. Like, yes, chop, chop.
Just do it, guys. Come on.
Can't you just like do it? Can't you just make it? Yeah. Have some good stats coming in here. So thanks everybody for dropping in the information about the building.
Got some extra edges popped up inside from this mess I'm making. We've got some over here too. Get rid
and some familiar names in the chat too. So I'm excited to spend some time with all y'all. I occasionally popped into the live chats when I was out, but just lurking, not being able to spend the full 2 hours. So
that makes sense.
Spend some quality time back with everybody in the chat.
Yeah, well, hopefully you still enjoy coming in here and doing this and aren't, too homesick for the kids.
No. I would definitely rather be here than,
whoa.
Kids, I should say. But yeah, no. There's a good balance of both, right?
Yeah.
There's a balance in there. Can't lose your identity.
That's right. But don't forget your Matt from SketchUp too.
Yeah.
All right. So there we go. So it's the other thing that it does look like there's a little bit of a gap or an offset between the two. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab these three pieces and scoot them over just a touch. It's hard to find good details because the one thing I looked at almost looked like they were, right here looks like they're kind of offset. So I don't know if that's a big gap or if one piece is bigger than the other.
Oh.
It almost looks like These ones right here kind of get wider one way. See that?
Mm-hmm.
That they go thinner to wider, which is something we could do. Because I could come in here and I could say, grab this, scoot it that way. Ooh, I got a weird thing. I got a thing.
Oh.
All right, so if this ever happens to you, opportunity for instruction is what we call this. So I'm scooting this over, and all I wanted to do is like move it over like that, but you can see I'm getting this break right here. That tells me that this surface, they're two separate surfaces, they're broken. So I'm gonna try to come in here and grab both of these, weld them, and then let's see what happens then if we grab this and move it. I'm also constraining it. Oh, it's still breaking it because of that arc that I have on there. Yeah, I got an easier way to do it then. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this out a little bit longer because I want this to be slightly wider, like that. I come out of context, and I'm going to say I want a line to go from here down to a little ways inside. So I'm going to come back to like maybe here, that, here, over here, down to here. So I get that face like that. I'm gonna come in here. I'm gonna select the front, back, and bottom face. I'll just grab the whole thing and say intersect face with model, and that should break it right there. I can grab this and delete it. And I should be able to, let's come out here, get rid of this surface. I should be able to, ooh, something bad happened. Nah, it's all fixable. Pull that over to here. Pull that up since this is the straight back section. One over to here. That should close it up there. And we got that little bit of offset. It looks like I went a little. I got excited. I did a little much.
Yeah.
As I do. So let's pull that back a little bit. Like I said, this is a sculpting session. This is we're not working off plans here. We're trying to move pixels around to match what we think we ended up with.
Yeah. Yeah, a little trial and error. Never hurt anybody.
Right.
Yeah, I feel like this building probably you could have 10 different photos and it would look different in each photo just because how many things are going on. You know what I mean? It looks straight from this angle, but it looks curved over here, and then it looks, concave and all this. Yeah.
Yeah, that is exactly the feeling I had when I was looking for pictures, because I did look at about 10 pictures and they all do seem a little bit different. So even these towers, which like I said, for the most part looked like they're the same, but because again, they don't actually face like this, right? They're actually spread out in an arc. So the way you see them is different because this one and this one might be like 10, 15 degrees different between the two of them. So it was really hard to find a good. Well, I mean, these are the pictures I ended up with, so these are the best that I could find. They're not awesome. So just to give you an idea. But yeah, I think that's similar to what we got there, because this end, this picture right here is on this end. So you can see that there is an overlap right there. And I think we got that correct. All right, so we got our 3 towers. I'm going to save.
Smart.
I feel like we should play a little game. I don't know, we don't have a way to give rewards, but maybe gold stars or something, and roll back and see who the last person was to say save. And yay!
Yeah, I'll put your comment on screen if you're the last one.
That works.
Save.
All right, cool. So I'm going to grab each of these and make them into a new group also. That way, when I go to move them, I can just move the individual pieces and just try to keep the 2 pieces. All right, now this thing, this half a banana, this melted surfboard, this enormous cruise ship. This is a thing we got to figure out. You know what? This actually may be a spot where let's do add location real quick. I'm going to hit add location. I had the address up. Maybe it's still in here. clear that out. It just says Singapore. I hear there's more than one hotel in Singapore, so that might not be the best way to try to find it.
It's by the water.
The address is 10 something something something.
Okay,
it says it took 5 years to build. I'm gonna be done so much quicker than that, you guys.
Yeah, 5 hours. That's nothing.
All right, Marina Bay Sands. Here it is. Address. What? Oh, there it is. 5 Bayfront Avenue, Singapore. So I'm gonna put that into my address. Enter. There we are. Check that out.
I don't know what I'm looking at here.
I don't either.
Okay.
Oh, right here. There it was. There, it's up there. So, like I said, this is not a beautiful, again, because this is so tall, or I don't know why it's such an exaggerated lean over. Probably because this is a side that swoops out. You can just see, this is what I was saying. It's not a good overhead to model from.
Yeah, I can't trace
but
it,
I think from this we can get this shape okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna set the location on that. I'm going to grab just the flat site. We don't need any buildings. We don't need any texture. I literally just want the 2D image of this.
Right. Wait, doesn't map texture bring the photo in?
Yes, I was thinking terrain mesh. Yes, it does. I did. Yeah, you know, if you turn everything off, the import button goes away.
Sorry, you can't import nothing.
All right, let's try that again. Yes, let's bring in map texture, of course. All right, and then close that. All right, so what that gave us was this. So obviously, this is not to scale or anything. Or actually, this is to scale, so we could hold on to this. We keep this around for later when we try to actually put that into proper scale. So I'm going to make an arc from here to about here, because this tapering section I want to do different. So I'm going to go arc. I just put that line in there to have a thing to snap to. Go from there to there, and then pull that arc out to about there. Grab that arc. That is close. That is actually quite close for what we're doing. I'm going to grab another arc from here to here. This is all just going to be reference geometry. Go from here to about there. There to about there.
John Ross said you can just load 3D buildings and boom, you're done. That's like my kind of stream.
I didn't even look on 3D Warehouse. As we get more and more stuff up on 3D Warehouse, things like that, these 3D modeling sessions get so quick.
Who can search faster?
Downloaded, painted. See you next week. All right, so to do this arc, it's not a straightforward arc. See, if I put an arc from here to here, as I pull this out, I'm not going to be able to get. So if I go tangent to this first piece, it's going to be something like this, which is not right down here. So this is actually a Bezier I'm going to have to use.
Right, because an arc is just like a section of a circle, basically.
Right. It's a chunk of a circle. So no matter what you do, it's always going to be that part of a circle.
Mm-hmm.
With Bezier, I can say, okay, my first line should be perpendicular to this. So I'll grab my magenta line and pull it out a little ways. And then this one, I want to actually be 90 degrees to that, right, like that, and pull that out till it's about
nice
there.
That's just good inferencing, man.
Then what I want to do is, did I put that in the middle? Hold up 1 second. Okay. Then I don't think this is going to be symmetrical, so I think I just have to draw the other arc myself, or the other Bezier. I was thinking maybe we could flip that over, but none of this is actually square, so I think that's just going to cause a bigger mess if I try to do that. So I'm going to see if I can pretty well match what I had before. Again, pull up the magenta about halfway, come this way, pull out. Oh, there it is. All right. And with that, my banana boat is done. Look how little my reference images are compared to, well, I guess that makes sense. They're only like 6-7 feet tall. This is a big thing.
Yeah.
Be careful how I view that so I don't get trouble on YouTube. I'm going to go to my tags and I'm going to turn off my geolocation. So I have this good reference. So I'm going to grab this, make it a group, and then I'm going to scale it down. I like working at this smaller scale right now. A little bit easier to do. So I'm just going to bring this down to that scale rather than going up big. It's not a thing I have to do. It just feels a little bit easier as far as how I'm modeling. All right, so if we come bring this over here, I'm going to leave the orientation so it matches the other piece. Bring this. That first one is pretty close to the end, so something kind of like that. I'm not finished with anything, by the way. I'm just starting to get some inferenced geometry in here.
Yeah, just sketch it out.
That's right. Go to it looks like they're pretty evenly spaced, so I might just go try to do that first. And then grab these two, rotate so they're parallel to that chunk of banana. Here, rotate that. All right, my cantilever is too big. That's definitely not where that needs to be. So I'm gonna scoot that down a little bit more. Rotate again. I don't think I'm not quite the right aspect ratio either, because these pieces should be about as big as the bottom of the banana. So I'm sorry. I mean, no disrespect to whoever designed this. If this is supposed to be influenced by a surfboard or something like that, I don't mean to be rude by calling it a banana.
Surfboards everywhere, outraged.
Yeah.
I'm
a mountain kid. What can I say? All right. So I think that's good spacing, but these have to scale up for sure. So I'm going to grab all of this. I'm going to scoot it up. I don't like that it's underground. Yeah. So I'm going to grab this one, scale it up. This. So we'll try 1.6. Again, this is all relative scaling. I don't really care about how big this is compared to the real world yet. 1.6. I'm doing 1.6 because they'll all be the same. I'm not doing them together because if I scale them together, then the space between them will increase, and I want to try to keep that about the same. So that's why I'm doing one at a time. 1.6. And then if I take this from here.
I will say Studio Article added a link in the forum to the architect's website. This is by Softy Architects. And there is a cool video and a bunch of interesting information and photos and stuff of the structure. If you're looking to get more context on what's going on here, the forum link is in the description.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you. I screwed everything up.
Uh-oh.
So this one is supposed to be this end. So not the end of the world, but not right. So if here, let me do this. I'm going to take these and rotate them the other direction. So if I look at it this way, the biggest arc one should be over here, and this one
curving in opposite directions.
They're also all backwards, yeah. So that's
it's like the wake of the surfboard is turning away or something.
Ugh, you've never drawn a surfboard themed building before? Gosh. All right, I'll grab this one. this one. All right, this one. And then all of them are backwards. So I wonder, again, I appreciate that we got a link to this. Thank you, Mr. Cool. It does make me wonder, as I'm looking at this, the way this flares out relative to the bulge of the banana, nope, to the arc of the surfboard shape. I wonder if this kicks out for like support reasons or lateral design or something. I don't know. I'm just showing that I know big words like lateral design.
Yeah, Johnny also added some images that are more like sections and plan views and stuff.
Ooh.
So that's pretty cool. Yeah, it looks like there's like it's like an event space and a theater and a casino. In like the bottom part, I think this is the hotel, and then there's kind of like the pool on the top and stuff.
Yeah.
And then the art science museum right next
Really?
door.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So sounds like you got everything you need right there.
Yeah.
Pool in the sky, a casino.
It did brag the world's largest infinity pool on the website. So
okay.
all of this pool right here drops off to.
You're not going to get me in that pool.
Yeah, probably not.
That's scary, man. Infinity. I'm going to swim right off the edge.
That's like forever or something. All right. So I'm going to save. Who gets it?
Let's see. Womp. I'm scrolling up.
Everybody loves when I spring these. Hey, you know what we should do right now? Yeah, see, nobody's
We're digging
paying
deep.
attention.
I don't even see. Maybe they just know you're so on top of it now.
I guess so. You guys actually have faith in me. I'm going to have to figure out how to screw that one up for you. Teach you a lesson. All right, so here, this part is actually fairly straightforward, I think. The second piece, taking this shape, which is 2D, like this would be the top of our boardwalk or whatever you want to call this, the pool deck. We'll build these other structures on top of it, but the bottom does curve under. So so you see like the back kind of goes underneath like a boat right there, and then the tip. So this goes like a boat hull all the way around, and the front gets smaller and smaller until it comes up here. Not a straightforward shape. So I could make an arc type shape and then carry it through to about here, wherever my last line segment was on here, and I could just carry that around just for that section. That would work, but then I'd still have to do something for this front part. So what I'm wondering, I don't know if this is going to work or not, but I was kind of thinking maybe I could do soap, skin, and bubble to just bubble that down. I don't know if it'll work or not, but I want to give it a try. So I'm going to do that.
Always love to see the old soap, skin, and bubble put to use.
Classic.
Yeah.
So I'm going to grab this. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to bring it over here. I'm just doing it separate so it's easier to see, that kind of thing. So all right, so here's just that outline. So let's go. I don't think I have it turned on, actually. I think I turned it off. Sometimes I will disable PQR.
So
keep going.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll disable an extension if it does something that bothers me. Sometimes we make a lot of videos on extensions. We're trying to make more of them even. So sometimes I'll have an extension that's a real big one. We did a video just this week for land shape, which if you haven't seen the video or haven't tried the extension, check it out. It is super, super cool from Polygon. It's this great tool for making landscape shapes. But it's very big. It's a hefty extension. Worth the extra few seconds of startup time if you're using it. If you're not using it, it's worth disabling. Soap, Skin, and Bubble is a great one. It's one of my favorite all-time extensions. It's even a fun one to play with. But this UI always comes back on when it's installed, even if you turn it off. So that's enough to bother me to go, oh, no, I can't. I just can't do it.
That's all it takes. Yeah.
It's all it takes.
So if you're writing an extension and you want Aaron to have it, don't have it auto come up when you
that's right.
When you start up.
It's okay. When you first start, it can come up, but it needs to honor the I turned it off. Don't show it next time I start SketchUp, because there's a handful of, they're usually older extensions too. To be fair, this one's been around for a long time, and I'm not picking on it. I'm not complaining. Well, I'm complaining. I'm definitely complaining, but it's a little complaint.
Yeah, totally. I also want to ask, does anybody in the chat, as you saw Aaron scroll through all his extensions and Extension Manager, does anybody have more extensions than that? Or is this like are you kind of around there? I have 4 extensions total, but it seems like you have quite a few.
Yeah, I got a couple few in here. There are the standard ones are in there, and then I have some stuff, like I do have a license for Fredo's Suite, so that's all in there. I got a bunch of old TomTom stuff that I install every time. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but yeah, that's a great question. Do you have about this many-ish or more or less?
I'm on the less side, or the fewer side, I should say. Okay, let's bubble this thing out, man.
Let's do it. So let's create a skin. We're going to make a lot more than 10 divisions. This is small, so we have to bump it way up. Let's try like 30. Bigger. We'll go 40. All right, that's good. Enter. And let's bubble it. Right, so let's try a 10 pressure.
Just a little bit.
Nope. 50. See, it's bubbling down a little bit.
I'm pumping it up.
Let me out. Yeah, I wanted to get rid of that other, so it wouldn't be in my way. All right, bubble it. Let's try with like 100. All right, so we got a little bit of thing going there. We're going to go 200. Look bad. A little more, I think.
Yeah. 300. Raul had a question about your extensions. Are some free or are most of them paid?
I have a combination. So some of them that are in there are in fact free. Some of them are not so free. All right, so we're running into a thing with this specific shape, which is that the grid that it created does not match the direction of the shape right now. So you can see that. So what we're ending up with is some kind of weird stuff going here on the corners. I want to try a couple things to see if I can remedy that. I don't mind this one. This one looks okay. I'm going to just grab this group and set it aside, a la Tyson. Tyson taught me this. Just set it just off the screen so you can't see it, and then it doesn't matter.
If you don't see it, it doesn't exist.
That's right. And I'm going to rotate this so that from here to like here is going to be in line with the green axis. Please. Green axis. I went past it, and then there we go. Wait, no, that's not green. That's not. There it is. All right, so I'm going to take that shape. We're going to do it again. And look how this time when I skin it, see how it's more in line with the shape. I think we'll get a smoother bottom with that. And I'm going to take it all the way up to 50, even heavier grid, tighter grid. And then I know to bubble that to 300 or 400. I forgot. Actually, I don't know because I forgot. Yeah, looks all right. So we still got a little bit because, again, that grid doesn't wrap. There's a couple things I could do. And this depends on how much time I want to spend on this. What I could do is take this length, whatever that arc length is, and draw this straight. And then do the bubble on it. And then use something like True Bend to come in and put the arc on it. So that would be an option. I could do that. Maybe I'll do that just for fun.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'd be
this
happy to see
model's
multiple
practically
different ones.
done, right? So
Yeah, you
spend a
don't do
little time on it.
materials, right? So
All right. Well, hey, you know what? The nice thing here is if I do mess this all up real good, we already got options. We got some alternative options already. So,
mhm.
all right. So there's our couple of hulls we could use. All right. So I'm going to take that. So when you select an arc, well, here I also got to get that. So I'm going to grab that. I'm going to grab that. So if I grab this, if I go to entity info, it'll actually give me the full length of that arc. So the radius isn't what I want. That's from here to where the middle of the circle would be. But this is the actual length of this arc. So if I was to draw a line that was 11 foot 8 and 5/8 inches, and then how long is this? This is 1 foot 8 and 9/16. I'll bring it back like this. Do that. I'll grab this. This part's going to be a little weird because I might have to mess with this just a bit to make this look right. Yeah. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to undo that. I'm going to grab that half. Take that, rotate that onto here. Do a little repair work here, but that's okay.
It's a crab.
Get pinchers. All right, so let's see. If I go like here, if I want to get those two to come up to this. I'm playing, like I said, we're sculpting.
When you rotated that, did it make the side
Yeah,
not 11 feet?
I'm totally breaking things right now. All right, so now let's. Where should this be?
Great. My cough has been, I was going to say contagious, but it's like, that's kind of what coughs are. You know, some people say, oh, laughter is contagious. It's like, well, coughs kind of by definition
Coughs are quite literally contagious. Yeah, that's what they do. All right, so something like that. Okay, delete that. Grab that. Skin that. 50. Bubble that. Oops. Gotta hit enter. Sorry. Let's try it again. Grab those edges. Bubble. Oh boy.
I think you need to do it on the outside of the container.
No, I just need to stop for a minute. I just started clicking too fast. All right. Grab those edges.
This happens to me every time I use this extension too.
I know. And then what you have to do is once you like the highlighted grid, you hit enter and then it creates it.
Mm-hmm.
Then
and then it highlights it again.
Bubble.
Yeah, so it doesn't look any different. Yeah. Nice. It's looking like a nice little canoe.
It does look pretty good. You know what? Back it up. Back it up. Beep, beep, beep. Nope. Put the arc back on the back. All right, I'll say it again. Skin, 50, enter. Enter. Bubble, 400, enter. Enter.
Man, you got it.
And that's it. All right, sweet. So now I'm going to take this. I need a couple of references. So I'm going to grab this, my original. And yeah, I'm not going to be able to get the exact center, but we'll do something like that. And I'll grab this. About like that. And I don't know if this uniformly bends, but we'll see what happens. So what I can do then is grab this, my hull shape,
Mm-hmm.
and you know what? I'm sorry. You're just, can you just, all right, grab my hull shape, and I'm going to go to Tools, File Save.
Good
I
one.
snuck up on you with that one. That was totally me just.
I gotta say, last one I think I saw was a mod. We find it, I promise, on the screen.
Woo! Good job, Mod. You got it. All right. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to go to Tools, True Bend. And True Bend is an awesome. Oops, I got it. The whole thing's the wrong way. Okay, hold up. Take that and rotate it. What True Bend lets you do is grab a component or group and rotate it basically like you're wrapping it around a cylinder, but you're always wrapping towards this red axis. So I'm going to need to come in here. If I come into this piece right here, let's hide the rest of the model. The red axis is going this way, so one thing I do need to do is come in and make sure my red axis in the group is going the same way. So if I hit right here, I hit reset. There we go. Now I should be able to grab it. Tools, True Bend. Nah, I still didn't do it right. All right. Reset. Huh. I guess I got to move it with the tool.
Tool time.
There we go. Now it's staying. Okay, grab this. Tools, True Bend. That should give me the handle there. Go like this. Start to bend this way.
But it's more bendy in the front.
Yeah, so I think that's because my reference is just off. So I went a little far on this side, a little far on this side, and now I might be able to come in here. If I go, we're pretty close.
Yeah.
We're pretty close. I'm going to say that's good. That's how I feel about that. All right, I'm going to grab this end point right here. It's not perfect. We're not working off of, like I said, since we're working off of reference image, close is really good. All right, a little more. Rotate it just a touch more. Slide it over.
This is my kind of modeling for sure. I feel like it's a lot more fun. I assume people who model a lot for work have to do like, you're working with plans, you have very exact dimensions, but sometimes it's just fun to mess around with shapes,
I hear you. That's one of the reasons I always recommend people have their, we've talked about this on the stream before. You should have a fun model going. Just something that doesn't have a deadline. Boss doesn't want you to hurry up and get it done. Something you just work on in your lunch hour. It's a fun thing to do. And if you're into unique architecture, there's so many buildings out there you could just grab and spend an hour on a day and make a sweet model of.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys are on the forums, if you're not, you should check out our forums. Our forums are amazing. But there's a guy up there who's modeling piece by piece an old battleship, and it's just like he just goes in like an engine room and just modeling bolts and stuff. And he's 3D printing parts, and it's just super cool. So I love seeing stuff like that. Some people gone in and made like one guy was making a Porsche and just showing like start with the cage and the body, and it was just cool stuff. So
Yeah.
that's fun. All right. I'm going to put a top on this by just coming in here and just tracing across right here. Should close the whole top. There we go. Love it. And I'm going to maybe give it just a little bit of depth.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. All right. I'm going to grab all of that and soften it. Soften smooth. Just toggle coplanar on and back off and back on. Bring that up until those lines all disappear. All right, so some of these, I got some broken geometry around here, which isn't too weird. This is an awkward thing I just made. So I'm just gonna come in here and just clean up a couple of straight edges. I'm not gonna spend too much time monkeying with this, but just a little bit of overlap here.
Yeah, good to keep
Here.
stuff tidy.
That's right.
Cleaning up after yourself as you go.
That's right.
That's how I like to cook. You got to clean as you go. That way you don't have a big pile of dishes at the end, and then
I have a theory that there's two people in this world:
there's
people who
only
clean
two.
up after themselves
Sorry, go ahead.
and sociopaths. Those are the two types. Because I like cooking. I do. I enjoy cooking, but there's nothing worse than getting done cooking and having like a bunch of dishes and stuff all over the place. Oh, it ruins it. It ruins dinner,
You're like overly full, and then you're like, oh, great.
Yeah. Last thing I want to do now is go clean up after myself.
Yeah. You got to do it when you're hungry, because then you have the hunger.
That's right.
You have the drive. After you're satiated, then you're like, forget it. I'm either sitting here or I'm laying down.
Did that dinner right.
Matt on Facebook says that's why you have kids, so they can clean up the dishes. Yeah, that's good. I'm looking forward to when my kids are old enough, to mow the lawn and shovel the driveway in the winter. Oh, baby.
Yeah, that's serious business. We're up where you're at, because that's not a joke. That is a serious thing.
Yeah, we'll have to trade off. No one person should have to shoulder the burden of shoveling for an entire winter.
Oh, another piece here. I'm not sure why these popped. I kind of wanted to go back and undo and figure out why this happened, but then I realized that's not fun for anybody else. So that's why I'm just running around fixing this. Somewhere here.
Yeah, you're ahead of schedule with the other stuff, so it's okay to take a little time to.
Little me time.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, cool. All right, there we go. All right, so that's looking pretty good. I don't really. There we go. All right. It does look like it's a little tall, so I'm just going to grab the whole thing and use scale to kind of squish it a little bit. One thing, so when soap bubble does its thing, it does it based on pressure. So you'll see an arc kind of slowly rise up, and if you overfill, it'll actually come out and bubble out like this, the soap skin and bubble. So the arc you get isn't necessarily, again, it's aligned to the grid. There's a whole bunch of contributing factors, but yeah, that's why I'm going to just come in here and maybe smush it just a bit so it looks more like the shape that I actually want there. But I like that. That looks pretty good. It's hard to tell, again, save,
John
what's going on up here.
Perhaps.
But I'm just going to make some stuff. It looks like we got this kind of a maybe penthouse level, or maybe this is utilities, inset from the overall larger rectangle. And then we have I'm guessing this is the structural part. Maybe this is the elevator rising up here. But I'm going to do something like that to tie the two pieces together.
Nice. Matt says it looks like a humpback whale. Yeah, we've had surfboard, skateboard. Yeah, whale's a good one. Cruise ship. Yeah, it's an interesting structure. That's for sure.
That it is. So pull this up. And then, like I said, looked like there's another chunk. Something like that-ish. Let's toggle on the rest of the building real quick and see how that. Yeah, it's not too far off. This one is further forward, though. Slide it along this edge. Like that. Cool. I'm going to grab all of that geometry I just made, copy it, and when I come into context here, hide the rest of the model. Hit Control V. center that here. And then center it this way between these 2 points. So I'm just going to draw a temporary line right there to reference, and then I can grab the middle of this piece and have that go to the middle of that piece. There we go. So now that's aligned. But I believe this is closer to the middle on this one, and I'll just toggle off the rest of the building real quick. Look at, I don't know. Again, based on the direction we're looking at it, it's kind of hard to, I don't know. Just to give myself some flavor. It's going there.
Yeah, here. Put your own mark on it.
That's right.
Yeah, Johnny posted some more really cool drawings, elevations, and stuff on the forum thread. So if you haven't refreshed that in a little bit, go head over there, because yeah, some really cool imagery on there, and it pretty much lines up with what you're making here.
Oh, that's what I look for in engineeringly challenging architectural. It pretty much lines up.
Yeah, close enough.
I take what I can get.
Close enough that you can recognize it.
Yeah, that banana shape looks familiar. Ooh, those cross sections are cool. That is neat. You guys should check that out for sure. Not a very deep pool. Oh my goodness.
Well, if it's infinity wide, can't be that deep, I
guess so.
It can't be infinity in every direction.
Don't have that much water, man. Can't go forever. I'm just gonna slide this one. What did I do? Oh, I didn't grab everything. I just grabbed some of it. All right. I like that. That looks pretty good. Dang, actually, that looks really cool. I kind of like that. That is a neat looking building. That is really, really cool. Yeah, let's get some of this stuff up on top. Do the same thing I did before. I'm gonna grab these images and we'll rotate them around the other side again. I guess I could make 2 copies of them. That way they'd always be here, but that way I can reference this here. All right. So I'm going to draw this out of context of this piece. So this piece is just going to be its own piece, and I'm going to come in and create some new geometry that'll be just kind of sitting on top. It's really hard. I still don't have a whole lot of detail here, but looks like we got a big tall building right down here. Got a tall. I kind of think these things might actually line up with my, like I said, might be the elevator bays or something like that.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take that cue, bring this up, I can see where this is this way. There we go. I'll connect that together. I can't do that because I'm off of axis, but I can connect these 4 points.
Hey, we got Eric in the chat. Eric Sargent. He says, are you modeling a 3D printable hotel? Scale. We're still at human scale here, I guess.
Yeah. Where'd I go? Actually, you know what this looks like. Now, if I...
Godzilla. Oh, there you go. It's a true surfboard.
Oh, why can't I get... Would you just get down on the ground? Would you just cut it out, please? Thank you. That old school big huge surfboard, yeah.
Oh yeah, hang 10, dude.
Okay, that's enough. Get.
And also, hey, Eric, thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, good to see you, Eric. I was kind of wondering, there's a third building in the middle here, this poolside amenities. I was wondering if that lines up with this, but it doesn't go up very tall, so I'm not really going to stress about it too much. We'll just say that that's lined up somewhat. We'll go like that, and I'm just going to inference a rectangle. There we go. Pull that up a little bit. This one down here. The other thing I could do is I could grab this, move it, a copy of it vertically like that, and Command X to cut it. Then when I come out here, I could say Edit, Paste in Place, That'll give me that floating square, which I can then pull down. That's probably easier than tracing the corners up, but
Two different ways to do
similar
it.
end
Two
result.
methods.
That's right. That's what we like. Try it. Try some stuff out. Do some stuff. All right. So we're coming along. Okay, so we got a couple of blocks up there. Let's make this cool looking shape. I like it. I'm going to come this way. I'm going to match the corner I got there. That's going to come up almost twice as much as that previous building. We'll come back like this. Pull this across like that. There's pink. That's the right spot. Pull that up like that. And then we'll do a circle. I'm going to do an actual circle from here to here and take that. Actually, it actually looks like this. Looks like I go this way a little ways. And then the circle is there. Make that into a group. And then again, just model off what looks kind of sits like right here. Give that a little bit of depth. Something like that. And then above that, we got another roof. So I'm going to triple click this and make it a group. Isolate that. And then let's see. Let's draw. I'm just going to draw a rectangle like this real quick. I'm going to grab these three sides. I'm going to offset them. When I do that, a couple things happen. It stays centered, so I know that the center of this rectangle is centered with this circle right here. It also only brings in those sides and not the others, so I feel pretty good about where that ended up. Throw another circle on here to here. Get rid of that. Lift that up. And lift that up. Get rid of that line. Yeah. Not a bad representation of what we got going on there. I do think this hangs down, so I'm going to come in here, grab this, or I mean overhangs slightly. So I'm going to pull this down like this, and then pull this out. And I'm going to make up some details here because I don't have all the information I need. But
I feel like this kind of modeling will be helpful when you're doing like context. You have like a picture or satellite imagery of a site, and maybe you can bring some buildings in off, add location, but to have closer in buildings, add some like, more realistic detail. Like it doesn't have to be obviously super detailed, but with something that looks a little more real life, that if people went there, they would see a building that looks like that.
Right.
Yeah. All these kind of, like even just copying the top of the roof down and then pulling that out.
Yeah.
It's like a quick way to add a little overhang. So
right here we got very similar, like maybe a knee wall on here. So I'll just come in here, pull that down. That just gives, again, like you're just saying, texture. It just gives a little bit of, you can see that that's, gives that little bit of depth right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you think about what just a context building imported of this would look like, it would be a rectangle hold up to whatever 60 stories or whatever it was, and that'd be it. And then that wouldn't give you the flavor. So a little bit of time in here putting something like this on, it gives you a little bit more submersion. Maybe that's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah. Oh yeah, submersion. Somebody did mention earlier it looked like a submarine, so that's like doubly on point.
That works.
It's a sky submarine. Is that like a blimp? I don't know. Dirigible?
That's the word I was looking for. That's a word that I will slip up on every time. Dirigible. Dirigible.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like it should be a real word.
It sounds like something that digs underneath the ground.
I'm
simple like that, though. All right. So this looks like it kind of stretches out. I don't know. This is just like a handrail kind of thing, but it looks... I'm going to grab this and just kind of scale it and squish it like this. And then I'm going to grab that, that, and that, but not that. And offset that ever so slightly, just enough so I get enough geometry there that I can pull that up like a rail. Uh, in actuality, this is probably like a foot or two thick, but it's going to show up on my 3D model as having, a little bit of height like that. So that's all we want, just something that identifies that. Speaking of which, we definitely have a handrail around most of this. Looks like
Hopefully
this
all
from
of it,
here back.
honestly.
I hope so. But at least up here, I don't know. Again, missing some detail. Maybe back to where the pool starts. Pool looks like it starts, I don't know. Let's say the pool starts here because I can.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do this. I'm sorry.
I said that's a good spot for the pool. Yeah.
I think so. I'm going to do this in context because this is going to be a negative space. I'm going to carve down into it. And that goes most of the way back, almost to this building here. I may have done that a little too close, but yeah, maybe more like here. I don't know. What we'll do is we'll go in and fill this in with architectural greeblies, and we'll know the difference. I guess you call that entourage.
Greeblies more fun.
Yeah,
seriously. We're about fun on here on SketchUp Live, so
that's right.
Let's go with the more fun word.
Yeah, in case you guys haven't noticed, I don't always nail proper terminology on my first try. Something like that, maybe. All right, I'm going to throw an out there question. I don't know if it's actually, I don't know who all joins here, but is anybody going to be at BizCamp in Barcelona about a week and a half from now? Just curious. Anybody on our stream is going to be joining us?
And does that mean that you're going to be there if you say joining us?
I will be at BizCamp in Barcelona next week. Part of the reason for our special guest. So they win. Yeah.
When Aaron's away, the guest will play.
That's right.
But yeah, no. I can't make it over to Barcelona myself, but be happy to be on the stream or watching the stream in the chat. But yeah, no, it seems fun. Because BizCamp is like Basecamp, but for partners. Is that right?
Right. For resellers and partners are outside the United States. When we sell SketchUp, we sell it through our partner channel. And they are a great group of people who really get into SketchUp, selling SketchUp. It's kind of like Basecamp for people who sell SketchUp, basically. It's a fun time.
Mm-hmm.
So I am lucky enough to get to go out and be a part of that this year. It's pretty fun. But I was just wondering, I know, sometimes we have partners on here. Every once in a while I'll look up and catch a name and recognize them from a partner. Those of you who are like, oh man, I wish I could go to that Basecamp kind of thing. It's like Basecamp, but it's definitely a business thing. So don't feel too bad if you're not supposed to be there. That's okay.
Yeah, and if you're going, it's all the fun of Basecamp.
That's right. And business stuff.
Yeah, businessy. Keep it businessy.
Businessy Basecamp. All right.
Keenan, I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly, says you can select the path using Sketch UV plugin. I think he's talking about maybe that the connected thing you were just grabbing there.
Oh, maybe.
So Sketch UV, plug for Sketch UV. You have many extensions installed. I didn't see Sketch UV on there.
It is not. No, that is not one that I have currently. So I'm going to play around with this just a little bit more. I just want a little bit more texture on here. Offset this. All right, so what I want is this edge that goes all the way along here. You can see it's broken into a bunch of segments though. So I could go through here and do what I did before and just click to get them all Or what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna double click just this face, which is for some reason merging with the bottom.
You softened it?
Oh, that should be like that. This should be got over smoothed. I smoothed the heck out of this thing to get rid of all the extra lines. So there we go. So there's the piece I want. Now I want to get rid of the face, so I can hit plus minus and click here. If I hold down the 2 modifier keys, now I have subtract. If I double click on this face, it turns off this face and all selected edges. Same thing down here to get the bottom turned off. And then here, now I have just that top line. And now I can say offset, pull that back. Just trying to get like a little walkway here, maybe where it's dropped down a little bit lower. Really, like I said, this is, again, my term architectural greeblies. What I'm really looking for right now is just to get a little more texture in here, a little more, there's stuff going on rather than details. Because the details, I mean, I'm working from, not a lot of detail. I know there's a pool here, and now there's something that could be a pool here. So
Yeah, very nice. And I don't want to get too far away either from your cool selection trick. I feel like that's like that's a sign of a good SketchUp modeler when you can like make a clean selection quickly.
yeah.
Whether it's with the selection boxes and which direction you do, or like the triple clicking with the minus and getting exactly the selection you need in a quick way versus sometimes I find myself stuck shift clicking on a million little tiny edges and then I miss one and then I'm like there's got to be an easier way, and there probably is. I'm just not creative enough with my selections.
There's definitely, we talk about on here and in just the SketchUp world in general, like what's the difference between a new versus advanced user. And those are some of the big things that come to my head is like, have you used it enough that you know to do this or this or this, and how quickly can you get in this sort of information? And that's definitely one of them. That is, if I can get in there real quickly and get just the faces I want, that's a good indication of somebody who's on their game in SketchUp.
Agreed.
Save.
Who was it who had it?
I didn't offer to put names on. That was totally you. So
I know it's self-imposed.
No one to blame but yourself.
It's John Ross again.
All right, nice work, John. All right, I'm thinking I'm gonna call it there with details on this top deck. Actually, I think I want to do one more. I want to do. It looks like there's something over here, maybe. Cool. I'm gonna throw some trees on here because that's a big part of when you look at this. You can see these big trees way up high. That's really cool to me. And I'm gonna throw some materials on here. I did not go through and break these into window panes. Totally doable, but we did that on what was it, the Taipei building? My recommendation is, unless you actually need to see some level of relief or detail, do that with a texture or something. Get a window texture. It's just a time-consuming process. It's repetitive too, since we don't have simple, repeating this. So this side would repeat. This side, every piece, because they're all different, have to be done differently to break it into those different pieces. And I would recommend definitely a good solid texture to do that. But I do want to put some texture on here too, is what I was trying to get to. Let's grab some trees. Do we have in the forum, is there a picture, an actual picture? What's up there? Like, are we palm trees up here, or
let's see a photo. Take a look.
They kind of look like
Looks
palm
like
trees
palm
here. Got these
trees,
big
yeah.
long stalks, but then I look at this thing over. I guess that could be a palm tree. What do
Yeah,
you
it
guys
looks like
say?
a
What is
variety. There's some palm trees like maybe on the very top of
okay?
the roof, and then the ones that are like on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think in the back there's ones that are like on the top of the top, and
Mm-hmm.
then there's others that are on the ground, and those are not palm trees. But I can't tell what.
Okay. Well, let's go see if we can find a decent palm tree to start with. Then I'm gonna
Yeah.
save. Um, we'll go 3D warehouse. We will look for. I'm gonna go for a 2D palm tree. Ooh, that's a nice one. Nice one right there. First one in. I'm doing it. Grabbing it. Bringing it in. Holy guacamole! No, that makes a lot of sense. that's just about as big as it should be. All right, let's. I'm gonna grab that. I'm gonna stick the corner right here, and then we're gonna scale down to get that to the proper size for our model. All right. All right, and now I'm kind of thinking this is not a straight line. What is that extension?
Copy along path.
Yeah, I wonder if I have that. Path
Here,
copy.
path copy. That's what I meant.
What are the odds? Okay, so I forget how this works. I think I got to break out this path first. Copy that, bring it out here, edit, paste in place. And while I got it here, I'm just gonna go ahead and weld it.
Smart.
I don't remember how to use this. So I'm gonna save, and then I'm gonna go path copy.
Do you maybe have to select both things before? Why does that one not want to get selected?
All right, select both a path and an entity. And then click path copy. Oh, distance between 10 foot.
Oh,
That's probably, yeah. So let's try 1 inch. Select groups. Gonna have to read the instructions.
I'll look it up real quick.
All right. If I put that on the path, does that make a difference? If I grab extensions, path copy, 1 inch, enter. Enter, please. Nope.
Okay, this says select the path, select path copy, and then click on the group.
All right, path copy, pick the group.
And then you say distance between and say enter.
Path copy, entity, 1 inch, enter.
Well, that's a nice thought.
Okay.
Well, this is one arc, right? Could you do a radial array of it? Or you want to get
Maybe.
path copy to work?
I'm going to try one more thing. I'm just try something that's not this thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Grab this, path copy, this.
Also, those instructions were for the Google AI autocomplete, so it could very well be wrong.
Oh. It's doing something. You know, we like to keep it. You never know what you're going to get here on the show, because we never know what we're going to do. But yeah, we'd like to keep it. Oh, that was it. Okay.
So maybe it just took a while because it's a palm tree.
Yeah, I wonder if maybe I need to like scale that because I wonder if it's. I don't know. I got some theories. None of them are based on any fact or anything like that. But I'm thinking
You don't need
maybe
facts these days, man.
can't go there. Can't go there. Yeah, still trying to do something. I still gotta.
Hmm.
Woo. Oh. Look at this.
Oh,
Yeah, it took the original instance and copied that along the length of that path,
hmm.
which is neat. All right, so if I come grab this instance, select all instances of that. Whoops, wrong one. Select all. And delete all those at once. Or not. Okay, cool. I will say, we talk about the advantage of 3D mouse. It does let you select things much quicker. I kind of like that. So I'm going to select this one and I'm going to say scale definition. That makes this the scale. It's also the only one in here now. So I'm going to try one more time. I'm going to grab this. I'm going to say path copy. Select this. I'm going to say 2 inches. Enter. 3 inches. There we go. I like that. All right. Sweet.
Nice.
That was easy.
We
Okay.
got there.
Duh. Why don't you just do it that way the first time? Silliness. I'm going to grab those, pull them in like that. I'm going to grab a group of them. I'm going to grab like from here to here. I'm going to grab from here to here. And I'm going to option copy from here. Right there. Looking awful uniform. I need some texture. All right, so I'm gonna grab. Oh, you know what? I got random tools. I'll do that afterwards. So I'm gonna take this one. I'm gonna option to get into stamp.
Hmm.
So now I have one connected to my mouse, and now I can just click around wherever I want to put another copy of this tree. So I'm just gonna put some, not quite so uniformly. Around here at the back. I'm sure I didn't put any of those. I did. I put some up real high. I'll fix that later. Come in here maybe. A little cluster. Trying to make sure my cursor's on the ground when I click. Maybe a few here. And then we'll come up. Whoop, whoop. Little forest there.
Very nice. Some little oases. There's multiple oases.
Oases. Yeah. I'm gonna grab these two. I'm just gonna get rid of these two. I don't. That's fine. Delete. All right, now. Whoops. Got some skyscrapers here. You're too tall. I know it's rude to that based on height. All right, so now I'm gonna select one. Right click. Instances. Select all. Ooh, I got to turn it on. And then I'm going to turn on my random tools extension. Random tools, unfortunately, suffers the same ailment that Soapskin does, and it just kind of
makes itself known.
Yeah, it bullies me. All right, but here we're gonna go for rotation. So I'm gonna go ahead and scale it. Flip it around 360 degrees. That's fine. Let's vary it by not 1.5 or not half, but maybe 1.25, and click OK. All right, that was a little bit too much movement. Undo. Let's try that again. Oh, position variance. I don't want to position change at all. I want to stay exactly where it is and just rotate them or make them slightly larger or smaller. I think that'll work.
Nice.
All right, let's throw some materials on here. We're just about there. Should probably throw this out in case anything happens. Matt and I have both been experiencing an issue on our MacBooks where there's a certain time of day where they just shut off. So we may be coming up on Matt's apparent mandatory shut off time. I got another hour and a half till mine shuts down. We don't know why it happens. We're working on that. But if Matt disappears for a minute or two and then has to come back in, he's just, it's an unscheduled break. So I'm going to come in here. Let's, colors. Here we go. Let's get some wood on the floor here. Some nice light colored wood. About that. Okay. Down here we got some water. So let's go in here and grab some glass. Whoops. I'm going to put this on here. Ooh, not that one. That's reinforced. I don't like that. There we go. I'll put this on here, and then I'm going to edit it. Okay.
You have to go to the in model.
Come in here.
Yeah.
Grab that. And then let's pull that opacity up so I don't see the inside. Grab the wrong one. One of these got to be it. There it is.
Nice.
And let's just make that reflective as anything. There we go. Oh, yeah, look at that. Nice clear water. Infinity pool right to the end.
That's right. As advertised.
It looks like most of the stuff on the top is white, so that saves me some time. I can leave most of that like that. The side pillars are all white, but then we got like a reflective glass material on the fronts. Again, I'm not going to break them. I'm just going to put a material on there.
Mm-hmm.
We'll do that with. Let's go look at a. Let's grab a metal.
Yeah, one of the things I did for the Taipei 101 building was use tile and then change the colors. Which could be something you consider.
That might work well. I was hoping to take advantage of some shininess.
Oh,
there we go. That's what I was looking for. Yeah, I'm gonna use that. So I'm only gonna put this on just the faces. Oops. Just the faces. So I do have to go in multiple times in this case because I got to go into this group that's the whole tower. Then I go into this group, which is just this half, and then color just that. Oops. Why is it coloring everything? As I explain a thing and don't do exactly what it is I'm trying to explain. Let's try it again. Double click, select, double click, paint, just this face. And because that one's a component, all the faces got painted at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Nice.
You guys. I feel pretty good about where that ended up. Let's see if we can. What's that?
I'd stay in that hotel if I had to.
They're telling me to save.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm going to. Come here. I'm going to cut you real quick. Ooh, that sounds terrible. Let's go to our tags. Bring our geolocation back up. Grab all of this. Make it a group. And I'm going to hit scale. And I'm just going to pull this up till it's about the right size. Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Unfortunately, this does not. This does nothing for us as far as placement. So I'm just going to turn that off. And I'm gonna. Thanks for helping out, buddy.
It's a party.
All right, there we go. Look at that. Oh, look at that shiny shine. Woo!
Yay! Here's where I'd cue the applause sound effect if I had
That's
the
right.
soundboard set up.
Ooh, I should probably reset that. Those that fishbone's a little big. I think I can go to texture. I forget how to do that. If there's a way to scale a texture back to its original scale. If I just go in here. Oh, I guess scale to.
Is it in the edit texture, like, position? Is it in there?
I think it has something to do with the scale
rotate
of
90 degrees.
Of this thing. Yeah, because if I come in here, well, I mean, I can do this. I come in here, right click, texture, position texture, and then I could just.
But if you right click it, is there like a reset? No, because it's still scaled to the.
Yeah, it's scaled to the, because I scaled the whole instance up. So,
yeah, okay.
Let's just keep this simple. Just make it tinier. That's not too far off. All right. All right, now we're done. That was done earlier. Now I'm really done. All right. Yeah, that was fun. That was a cool bit. I'm going to go back to admitting before what I said. I didn't want to do this because this was just a little too crazy of a building for me. I was scared, but I'm glad we did it because that's cool. That's a fun building.
Yeah, it turned out good. You took all the swoopy curves and made them attainable. So yeah, I think you did a good job. Looks great.
Turned out good. All right, well, we're gonna call it there, guys. Thank you for hanging out with us. Thanks. I hope you enjoyed that. Hope you learned something. And hope to see you again next week when our special guest is here modeling.
Ooh.
I'm going to tease it through the weekend. Monday, you can probably find out Monday. We'll post who it is on Monday, but until then, speculate.
Yeah, the forum thread is going to be rife with theories.
It's just
conspiracy or not.
That's how we like it here.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I guess we'll call it there, guys. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. Welcome back again, Matt.
Hey, thanks.
Thank you all for hanging out, being here with us. We're going to call it for today, but have a wonderful weekend. Have a great week. And some of us will see you next Friday.
Take care.